hano imoni dala nombo nyala kunanga KK
Ingo FM ininginingi yemuitala.
How are you, Kenyans? My name is John Jacob Kuriet. I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I bring you the 9 p.m. news on Wednesdays and Sundays. I also serve in the police corridors. I want to wish you the very best. Be careful on the roads. Make merry but careful. God bless.
Beautiful afternoon to you from wherever you're watching this live broadcast from on this last day of the year 2023. And as we count down hours to the end of the year, we also have our reporters stationed in different parts across the country to bring you the feel and flavor of how Kenyans are just feeling about the year that is ending and what more for this new year 2024. That coming in a short while. This is KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen. Arange Lensa Odengo is my co-anchor. And we begin on that note on New Year messages that have begun trickling in, where the Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka has called on Kenyans to keep hope alive as they cross over to the New Year 2024. Kalonzo, speaking when he delivered his New Year message, acknowledged that 2023 has been a challenging year for Kenyans. Kalonzo called on the Kenya Kwanza regime failures to deal with various issues that have confronted Kenyans, from the El Nino phenomena, high cost of living, and its response to dealing with those who voiced their disapproval in government policies. Kalonzo has, however, emphasized on the need for unity of all Kenyans in the face of adversity as Kenyans enter a crucial and potentially transformative year 2024.
As we bid farewell to 2023, a year that has been both challenging and at times overwhelming, because we saw loss of lives of Kenyans who were exercising their democratic rights to demonstrate, to picket. Overwhelming. They were overwhelmed to their graves. But the year has also seen the El Nino phenomenon visited on us again. The elements could not take orders from those in authority because they proclaimed there will be no El Nino. And in fact, even the disbursement of the funds to the counties, they seem to prevaricate, they seem to be confused. As we welcome 2024, I wish fellow Kenyans God's own blessings. Whether we are Christians, Muslims, Hindus, or Kenyans, wherever you are, please keep hope alive. We have only one nation, our motherland, Kenya. Let's work hard to disabuse the country of wrong policies and greed and corruption and hold together, as it were. Happy New Year, God's blessings, a blessed year.
That is the message from the Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. And just as I said, the New Year messages continue to trickle in. That's a message of hope there. We now want to turn the crack to Mombasa County. Our very own Anburu is there for us. And what are Kenyans saying? Are they hopeful? Are they expectant as far as the year 2024 is concerned? What are their concerns even as the year comes to an end?
Good afternoon to you, to Doreen, back at Broadcasting House, and I'm coming live to you from the Mama Ngina waterfront in Mombasa County. As you all know, we are a few hours to the new year, and a lot of people have reservations of what happened in this year and what they expect in the year 2024. So right now I'll be joined by some of the people who have come at Mama Ngina waterfront just to enjoy themselves and tell me exactly how they feel about this year, the expectations for next year. Karibu sana on set, utaanza na majina yako, alafu utaniambia mwaka huu umekuwaje kwako na labda matarajio yako ya mwaka ujao ni yapi haswa. Utaangalia pale kwa kamera.
Majina naitwa Nyamai Michael kutoka Busia. Mimi hii mwaka niko na shida moja because nasumbuliwa na kitu moja. Mimi ni actor.
Nataka tu nieleze matarajio yako mwaka ujao ni yapi na huu mwaka umekuwaje kwako? Umekuwa mzuri ama umekuwaje?
Umekuwa mzuri hii mwaka walai. Just naomba Mungu anisaidie na hii mwaka niendelee na dream zangu sasa, kwa sababu mimi nauza ice cream. Sasa dream yangu mimi ni actor. Sasa hii nimepanga hii kwanza ya kesho inshallah. Nataka niendelee na hiyo ya acting zangu, nacheza movie. Mimi naitwa New Day Kenya kwa TikTok.
So kando na hayo yote, labda message yako kwa Wakenya ama message yote unaweza tumia mtu yote?
Just mimi ni message yangu ni moja, ati wa vijana like under 18 kuendelea 25 hivi msikati tamaa yani. Kila kitu kinawezekana.
Asante sana. Maybe could also have someone else on set. Atueleze tu, utatueleza majina yako mwanzo, alafu tutatuambia huu mwaka umekuwaje kwako na labda matarajio yako mwaka ujao wa mwaka 2024.
Asante sana. Kwa majina naitwa Salim Bawaziri. Mimi ni chairman wa wafanyabiashara katika eneo hili la Mama Ngina waterfront. Kwa kusema kweli mwaka naona ni mzuri na wageni wako, na pia nashukuru usimamizi wa hapa ndani Bwana Alinuru. Kusema kweli ni mtu ambaye amechanganyana pamoja na wana biashara. Naona upande wa usafi, upande wa usalama, huyu bwana yuko vizuri na ni mwenye kuchapa kazi.
Ujumbe wako wa mwaka mpya ni upi?
Wa Kenya tuvumiliane kwa wakati huu mgumu kidogo, lakini maneno yatakuwa mazuri palipo na majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu inshallah.
Labda message yako yoyote kwa watu wako nyumbani?
Nasema chochote ambacho kinakuja kwa ubaya, kinakuja kwa uzuri, lakini lazima ukikaribishe kivyo vyote vile. Asante.
Labda pia I could have also someone else on set and just tell us. Utaanza na majina yako alafu utatueleza maybe huu mwaka umekuwaje kwako, matarajio yako mwaka ujao na message yote yenye uko nayo kwa mtu yote kule nyumbani ama popote pale ya mwaka mpya.
Kwa majina naitwa Edwin Olo, mkazi wa mji wa Mombasa. Nashukuru huu mwaka wa 2023 umekuwa na challenges mingi sana, but nashukuru Mungu kwa sababu challenges ndo zinatufanya tukue strong. Actually I'm strong enough because of the challenges. And mimi ni mfanyi biashara na deal na vitabu. So biashara nashukuru Mungu imekuwa, and 2024 I am hoping for the best, kwa sababu life ni vile unavyoichukulia. So mimi I embrace 2024 na nawatakia Wakenya wote a very prosperous 2024. Yeah.
Labda utarukia mwaka wako wapi? What plans do you have for tonight?
Tonight I'm just spending time here in Mombasa with my family. of course pia lazima kila kitu naanza na Mwenyezi Mungu. So I expect to be in church. Yeah.
That is all we have from Mombasa. What I can just say is that most of them have alluded that they are grateful for this year and they're looking forward to a better year in 2024. From me in Mombasa County and my crew, we all wish you a happy new year. Back to you in studio, Doreen.
Thank you very much, and for that a clear indication of just how Kenyans are feeling, raising their concerns, at the same time expressing hope as we gear up for 2024. Away from that, trading focus to some politics now, and the former Tana River Governor Hussein Dado has defended the Kenya Kwanza government against criticism over the high economic times facing Kenyans. Speaking at a charity event in Order, Dado instead appealed to Kenyans to give Ruto time to fix the nation as he inherited huge debts from the previous regime. This as the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya foretell the strategies used by the government for collecting revenue by focusing on employees with pay slips only.
Former Chief Administration Secretary Hussein Dado, while giving back to the community, expressed optimism the economy will recover following various policies being implemented by the Kenya Kwanza government.
He had promised that he will help us hustlers. If only Kenyans can persevere a little. And they should also travel and compare how life is in other countries. We like lamenting, even when God blesses us, we like lamenting.
The former Tana River Governor, while defending President William Ruto's performance, urged Kenyans to give the Kenya Kwanza administration time to turn around the tides.
I'm appealing to Kenyans. Give President Ruto time. Rome was not built within a day. He got an economy that was in tatters. There was so much debt collected for the last 5 years.
The Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Kenya has faulted the strategies used by the government for collecting revenue by focusing on employees with pay slips. Speaking in Kakamega town during the annual meeting, ISPAC National Chairman CPA Philip Kakai urged the government to seek alternative ways of getting more tax by incorporating more people.
So as we move into 2024, we shall continue to speak to the Republic, to the government of the day, so that we can be able to see how best we can be able to change the tax regime, especially that can be able to bring down the cost of living.
Meanwhile, Kenya Internally Displaced Persons Organization KIDPO has implored former President Uhuru Kenyatta to play the role of peace champion instead of engaging in the current political discourse. The organization's patron Peter Tena says the retired president should be used as a unifying factor by offering guidance to the country's political class.
Tunataka rais wetu mustafu miundo misingi ile uwekewa marais wale wengine yote awekewe kama rais mustafu.
Elsewhere, Mwingi West MP Charles Nguna has declared the marginalization of Kitui County by the national government in the construction of sporting facilities, claiming that among all the lower eastern counties, Kitui was the only county where the government is yet to construct a modern stadium.
I'm calling upon the president to support us. We get a serious stadium and we need to collaborate with the governor and the president to make sure we get a good facility for these boys to showcase these boys and girls to showcase their talents.
Guna made the remarks during the finals of Guna Cup football tournament. Gishoki Washira, Lunchtime News.
And the latest on that political front is what takes us on our first break on this New Year's Eve. We recoil with plenty more. Stay with us.
Thank you for watching KBC Channel 1 the whole year. And as we come to the end of the year, mine is to wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year 2024. I'm Judith Akolo.
Lakini kwa nini unanifanyia hivyo?
Hiyo ndio unasema una appetite na umejaza mdomo kama pickup ya nyasi. Bewi ikonyi.
Nini na wewe unavumua hapa ni kama ng'ombe inaanza kaa huko nyuma.
Huyu alienda ndiye alianza kujipendekeza kwa msichana, sijui aliona nini kwake. Sasa afanyiwe mambo, nataka achapwe mpaka hata anaweza kumrusha kwa shimo, sitaki kujua.
Can you say I'm the boss?
Yes, boss.
Yes, stand up. Sit down. Stand up. Sit down.
Welcome back. This is KBC Lunchtime News. We now turn the crack to Homa Bay County, where our very own Wycliffe Okech is our eyes and ears down there, following up on the Rusinga Cultural Festival, which enters its last day today in that specific county. This is the 19th edition of the Rusinga Cultural Festival. Wycliffe, today, even as Kenyans prepare for the year 2024, what are you gathering as far as their concerns is concerned with the year that is coming to an end today, and how hopeful are they for the new year beginning tomorrow? What are you getting?
Thank you so much, Doreen. We are coming to you live from Rusinga Island here in Suba North constituency, Homa Bay County. This is the final day of the week-long Rusinga Cultural Festival that we highlighted on the very first day that we arrived here, actually, and you can see from the background, you can see the multitude of the locals that has arrived to witness the climax, or rather the final day of these festivities. But then, before I delve much into the festival, Doreen, you'll allow me to engage again the chairperson of this organizing committee that is responsible for putting together this showpiece, Mr. Peter Oburu, just to highlight some of the activities that have been happening and whether this festival has achieved the intended purpose. Welcome to our Lunchtime show, Mr. Peter. Just briefly, what has been happening since morning, and this festival, has it really achieved the intended purpose?
Great. Once more, I want to inform the Kenyans that we began very early in the morning. The weather was very conducive. We've had ball games, third place playoff, which is already taken place. Today being the climax, we have a number of activities at the show. One of them being wrestling, which has already taken place. The winner has been identified. We had hooking, that is fishing. Winners have already been identified, position 1, 2, 3. We had going under the water and holding breath. We've done that one, and the winners have already been identified. The latest we had was swimming. The fastest, second, and third places have been occupied. Now we want to do the last item in the water, that is canoe regatta, where the boats are going to compete in just a short while, and we'll identify the first, the second, and the third boat to be given awards.
And probably this is the final day of 2023. As an individual, what is your new expectation as we await the 2024?
Yes, so far this thing has brought us together to do everything together. It has opened the place where we are. We anticipate that as we begin the year, Rusingans will merge together and begin planning ahead for the 2024, which will mark our 20 years since inception of this item called Raycraft. So come then, I think we'll even do it much better the next year as we call upon partners to join us so that we do it together as a team. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Doreen, that is Mr. Peter Obur, actually the chairperson of the organizing committee responsible for the showpiece that you can witness just behind me in the background. Actually, something so interesting is that there's an island also within an island. This is Ngode Island, but it is accessible from another island called Rusinga. And there has been a provision of free ferry services that has been providing transport services from one island to the other. And you can see in the background, by the time we came, I tell you, there was quite a multitude that was scrambling actually for those services actually to witness the climax of this week-long festival. During this is the final day, and of course we are witnessing every activity that is characterizing this festival, and we will come back to we will inform our viewers later on in our subsequent bulletins about this entire festival. Back to you for now, Doreen.
Clearly enjoying yourself there on that boat ride. That is the Rusinga Cultural Festival, which enters its last day today. Kenyans continue to just express how hopeful they are as we gear towards the year 2024. Also, our very own Joy Joanne is in the capital, and she's just gathering for us what Kenyans are saying. What is their feel? What concerns are they raising as 2023 comes to an end? And what is the expectation come 2024? Joanne, what have you gathered?
Thank you so much, Doreen. We're right here on Tomboya Street, where we'll be interviewing a few Kenyans on their expectations on 2024, as well as what has happened rather in that 2023. Here we have our kind sir. Come. Why is Arange? You're live?
Yeah.
On TikTok. You're live on TikTok.
Kwa majina ni Christopher Gakwe. Na nimefurahi sana kwa kuonekana kwa runinga leo. Yangu sina mengi ya kusema, ile kitu tu naweza sema serikali ipunguze bei ya ipunguze gharama ya maisha. Kama ni bei ya mafuta iende chini, gharama ya chakula iende chini. Mimi sina mengi ya kusema, sababu tulichagua serikali na wakatuahidi watakupunguza gharama ya maisha. Hata hiyo sisi kama mahasla ndio tunasema watupunguzie gharama ya maisha. 2024 tunatarajia rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya atapunguza gharama ya maisha. Hiyo ndio tu tunatarajia kutoka kwake. Hatuna mengi. Yeah.
You've had it here from one of the citizens in the CBD. Whenever currently is going on, there are people moving up.
You have it there. Cost of living still a major concern for most Kenyans across the country in different counters, I should say. Nonetheless, still expressing hope about the new year. Just that story that we continue to track for you on this New Year's Eve from different parts across the country. Back in studio, we continue with the day's broadcast, and the Matungu Member of Parliament, Peter Oscar Nabulindo, has expressed concerns over the delayed disbursement of the Constituency Development Fund allocation. He says the delays are affecting operations in the education sector, especially funds to take students from poor backgrounds to school. Nabulindo said the government's failure to ensure prompt release of these funds might impede the ability of many needy students across the country to pursue secondary education.
In a recent address to university students at his home in Matungu Member of Parliament Peter Nabulindo expressed his disappointment with the government's failure to fulfill its promise of releasing constituency development funds by mid-December, despite assurances given to members of Parliament during demonstrations over the delayed funds. The promised release has not materialized.
Serikali iamuke katika usingizi. Lazima tupeleke watoto shuleni na ni lazima tutumie pesa. Kwa sababu wazazi wengi aswa hii Matungu constituency, wazazi wengi hawana uwezo. Tusipo ingilia kati kama CDF serikali wazazi hawataweza kupeleka hao watoto shuleni.
Nabulindo also called on the Ministry of Education to reconsider the new education loan system for university students through the Higher Education Loans Board. He argued that the system appears to be a hindrance to students' education and raises concern about its discriminatory nature.
Mbona hawezi kubadilisha kwamba ionekane ni kitu mzuri, na zile pesa ambazo zilikuwa kwa HELB, ambazo zilikuwa disbursed every semester kwa wanafunzi or every academic year kwa wanafunzi ziko wapi? Ndio kwa sababu tunapata kwamba wanafunzi ambao wameingia form 1, wameingia first year na wanatakana kuwa walifanya mtihani, pesa haikutumwa, kwa hivyo hawakufanya mtihani. Hiyo pesa iko wapi?
Highlighting the challenges faced by students, a section of them reported missing examinations due to outstanding fees balances.
So ukipata ilikuja at the end of the semester plus help pia inasaidia sana, so unapata wanafunzi wana depend on that help for food, for rent, some of them, so they're staying at home because they cannot pay for the rent.
In light of these challenges, the government has been urged to reconsider reverting to the old model, emphasizing the need for a more inclusive and accessible approach to higher education funding. Susan Kaondo, Lunchtime News.
Elsewhere, the Ma community has been urged to shun retrogressive cultural practices and preserve the positive aspects of their culture. The community elders acknowledged the need to shun female genital mutilation, early marriages and Moranism among boys, but emphasized male circumcision as per their culture. Speaking during a ceremony to integrate recently circumcised boys back into the community, the elders also emphasized the need to promote formal education.
Tumehakikisha kwamba hizi utamaduni unafanywa wakati shule ikiwa imefungwa, na ndio ukiona saa hii kila boma kuanzia siku ile shule imefungwa mpaka sasa utamaduni inaisha, na hata hii ni utaratibu ya boma zote ile ya kijiji hii na hii area.
Na sherehe ni ya utamaduni, na hii haina uhusiano yote mbaya na elimu, haikatazi haizui mtu kwenda shule. Kwa hivyo ni utamaduni tu tunafuata, ambayo ndio inafanya hii mila ya Kimasai inasemekana ndio imebaki kidumu, na hii ni sababu moja ambao ni njia moja huwa tunafanya ndio tujue kabisa kuelewa ile laini ya kufuata kama hiyo ya rika, ndio unaona hiyo heshima iko Masaini.
Tamaduni haijasuia masomo. Sasa mtoto siku hizi wakati kama hii sasa watoto wanasomeshwa, si wakati ule walikuwa wangekuwa morani, lakini saa hii watoto wanasoma. Sasa huyo kijana amemaliza sasa class 8 anaenda form 1.
Shifting the focus to matters of sports now, and Gor Mahia beat Nyanza Combined by 2-0 in a closely contested friendly match at Nyamira Grounds in Asembo, Siaya County, as the 5-day Eliud Owalo Super Cup came to a close. Nyanza Combined constituted players drawn from the 4 Luo Nyanza counties that participated in the inaugural edition of the Eliud Owalo Super Cup. The 5-day tournament was sponsored by Eliud Owalo Foundation.
An entertaining and closely contested friendly match between multiple times Premier League champions Gor Mahia and Nyanza Combined drew the curtains on the 5-day inaugural edition of Eliud Owalo Super Cup.
The objective of this tournament was to identify and nurture talent. And indeed, we have proved that there's an abundance of talent here, isn't it?
Kogalo was forced to employ every trick in the game to beat a spirited Nyanza outfit that brought together the best players from the 4 Luo Nyanza counties that participated in the Eliud Owalo Super Cup.
The youthfulness of the combined team created an excitement. There was a period that they were on a high. You see, when you are on a high and you don't use those chances you create, you get punished. And Gor Mahia used their experience, punish the youth team at the tail end of the game.
Premier League top scorer Benson Omala rose above everyone to notch home the opener in the 86th minute of the game after Gor had been matched in every bit of the game by a determined Nyanza Combined. A second goal in less than 2 minutes made sure the Premier League High Flyers were saved from blushes. The patron of Eludo Walo Foundation and the Information, Communication and Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Eludo Walo promised a more expansive tournament next year that will see teams including women from the entire region participate.
This tournament has exceeded the expectations that I had, and I want to thank the technical coordinating team that put this team together, starting from the county-based teams up to where we are now today, the Nyanza Combined.
Next year, just like Waziri has said, we are not all going to go to the senior. We are actually mindful of the youth, and in collaboration, Winam Youth Soccer and Owalo Foundation, we are looking into the development of the youth in this particular.
He said the foundation will also be looking at how the select team from Nyanza can be kept together for future tournaments. The friendly match attracted a sizable crowd at the Nyilima grounds in Rarieda sub-county, Siaya County, keen to watch some of the top names in the game.
Adrien Rabiot's second half goal and Juventus' 1-0 home win against Roma last night as they moved within 2 points of series. That story brings us to a close on what we had prepared for you this Sunday afternoon and this New Year's Eve. We definitely appreciate your valid company and appreciating you also for choosing KBC Channel 1 always as your channel of choice. This has been KBC Lunchtime News. I'm Doreen. Arange Lansa Odingo has been my co-anchor. Good afternoon.